Today we will study about some multiple choice questions based on zoology subject. So our question is number 1. What is the function of cornified layer of the epidermis of human skin? The options are number A, synthesis of vitamin D, number B, temperature regulation through sweating, number C, the prevention of uncontrolled water loss by evaporation, and number D, the perception of sensation of temperature, pain, and pressure. The correct answer is the prevention of uncontrolled water loss by evaporation. So the cornified layer is made by the help of dead cells, and which is the outermost layer of the epidermis of human skin, and it is responsible to prevent water loss by the help of evaporation. In such a way, the level of the water is maintained in the body by the help of this layer. So the correct answer is nothing but the option number C. The next question is, which one of the following structural feature of the skin does not play a part in temperature regulation in a mammal? The options are number A, hair erector muscles, number B, fat in the dermis, number C, Malpighian layer, and number D, narrow ending. So the correct option is Malpighian layer. That means the Malpighian layer does not play a part in temperature regulation. The Malpighian layer is the layer which is also known as germinating layer, which is helpful to produce the cells by the help of mitotic division. The first layer of the skin is cornified layer, which is dead cells. The replacement of this cornified layer takes place by the help of the formation of the cells by the Malpighian layer. So the correct answer is Malpighian layer. The next question is, which one of the following is produced by sebaceous glands? The options are number A, adrenaline, number B, saliva, C, oil, and D, sweat. So the correct answer is, by the help of sebaceous gland, the oil is secreted. Next question, which action helps to restore correct body temperature following an increase the temperature of blood passing through the brain? Number A option, contraction of the hair erector muscle, B, increased metabolic rate, C, reduced blood supply to skin, and D, sweating. So the correct option is sweating. So by the help of sweating, the body temperature maintain, and these body temperature increase the temperature of blood supply through the brain. The next question is, the dorsal root of spinal nervous contain the fibers of number A, motor neuron only, number B, sensory neuron only, number C, motor neurons, and number D, sensory neurons and motor neurons. The correct answer is number B. Fifth question, for fifth question, the correct answer is number B. That means sensory neurons only. So the dorsal root of spinal nerve contains only sensory neurons. The next question is, gray matter in the spinal cord of a mammal consists mainly of the bodies of motor neurons and number A, fiber of motor neurons, B, cell bodies of neurons, D. Fibers of sensory neurons, and D. Cell bodies of sensory neurons. The correct answer is the cell bodies of neurons. See, so in the gray matter of the spinal cord, the motor neurons and cell bodies of neurons are present. The next question is, in any reflex arc, the following events occur. Number A question, option, activation of a receptor. Number B, activation of an effector. Number C, passage of impulse along a motor neurons. And number D, passage of impulse along a sensory neurons. So the correct answer is activation of an effector organ. So in the reflex arc, the activation of effector organ takes place. The next question is, the light sensitive cells of the eye from a layer called the, option A, choroid, B, cornea, C, retina, and D, sclerotic. So the correct option is retina. That means light sensitive cells of the eye is present in the retina layer in the form of rod and cones. So its correct option is number C. Next one, which of the following prevents the internal reflection of light in the mammalian eyes? The options are number A, choroid, B, conjunctiva, C, cornea, and D, sclera. So the correct answer is choroid. So the choroid is the outermost covering which is helpful to change its size, by the help of which it controls the reflection of light in the mammalian eyes. So correct answer is nothing but the number A. The next question is, what happens in eye when accommodation takes place? The options are, the pupil opens to allow more light enters. Number B, the pupil constricts so that less light enters. Number option C, the focal length of the lens changes so that light rays are focused in the retina. And number D option, the external eye muscles move the eye in their socket to give a three-dimensional picture. The correct answer is nothing but the option number C, in which the focal length of the lens changes so that light rays are focused in the retina. So during the formation of the light, accommodation takes place, and in during these the length or focal length of the lens changes and the light rays becomes focused on the retina layer and formation of image takes place. Now the next question is, what is mean by term accommodation of eye? The options are, altering the focal length of the lens. Number B, judging distance. Number C, adapting to different light intensities. And number D, distinguishing between different color. The correct option is number option A, altering the focal length of the lens. So during the accommodation, the focal length of the lens is changes, and by the help of which adjustment and formation of the images of the objects takes place on the retina layer. So correct option is nothing but the A. The next question is, what controls the amount of light entering the human eye? The options are, number A, aqueous humor, number B, ciliary muscles, number C, cornea, and number D, iris. So correct answer is iris. That means at the conjunctiva the iris is present. Also a organ which is looks like finger, and By the help of iris, the control of the light which enters in the human eye takes place by the adjustment of the muscles of the iris. So the correct option is number D, iris. Next question, what would be the result of a reduction in the activity of the thyroid gland? The options are number A, decreased in metabolic rate, number B, decreased in glucose level in blood, number C, increase in blood pressure, and number D, increase in glucose in the urine. The correct option is number A, decreased in metabolic rate. So, the thyroid gland is responsible for the secretion of the thyroxine hormone, which is helpful for the metabolic to maintain the metabolic rate. If the thyroid gland reduce its production, then reduction and decrease or decline in metabolic rate takes place. So correct option is number A. Next question, which one of the following groups of symptoms most clearly suggested over secretion of thyroxine in the adult? The options are number A, high metabolic rate, overactive and thin. Number B, low metabolic rate, sluggish and overweight. Number C, reduced weight of growth of bones, short stature. Number D, excessive growth of bones, very tall. So the correct answer is number A, high metabolic rate and overactive and thin. That means in the above question, the question is that the if decrease in the activity of thyroid gland takes place, then what happens? So correct answer is decrease in metabolic rate. So here the question is similar in different way. That means if over secretion of thyroid gland takes place, then what happens? So happening of high metabolic rate takes place by the help of high content of the thyroxine in the adult. So the correct option is number A. Next question, if an iodine containing compound were injected into the blood stream, in which one of the following organs would accumulate? Number options are number A, ovary, B, pancreas, C, testes, and D, thyroid. So the correct option is D, thyroid. That means if iodine contained compounds were injected in the body, the thyroid organ or thyroid gland becomes accumulated. Now the next question is, one of the function of adrenal is number A, to decrease breathing rate. Number B, to cause more blood to follow to the skin. Number C, to stimulate cells of the liver to take up glucose and to convert glycogen into glucose. So the correct option is convert glycogen into glucose. That means by the help of adrenaline, the conversion of glycogen, which is stored form of sugar present in the muscles and livers, when at needy stages, the when glucose level is decreased in the body, then conversion of glycogen into glucose takes place. This phenomena is occurred by the help of adrenaline, which is secreted by the pituitary gland. So the correct option is number D. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot.